What's up everybody? Phil with Tech Gear Fun here. Today we're going to look at the Fuji X-T4 and this Rokinon Samyang 12mm lens, it's a manual focus lens, as a possible vlogging option. I'm going to do a couple things for you here. I'm out by the pond. I'm going to show you at f5.6, which is what we are now, and show you how easy it might be to manual focus with this, give you some video samples. We're at 12mm. We'll do with IBIS only, and then we're going to do IBIS and digital image stabilization. So what I'll do is I'll go through and we'll start out with just IBIS, and we'll again be at f5.6 or f8, I'll let you know, and then we'll look at the video quality and how easy it is to focus with this lens. And if the lens looks good, you can check the corners, see if it's any warpy craziness. It's about an 18mm equivalent. So let's go ahead and have our first look. All right, here we are at f5.6. Manual focus. I've got focus peaking on, so with this Fuji X-T4 you can use focus peaking. And I'm walking on a trail, so it's definitely uneven. I'm walking over roots, but this is what you can expect. Again, pay attention to the corners, see if there's any crazy warpiness going on. One of the great things about the Fuji camera, the X-T4, is by default on the back button, you can push that back button in, and that will allow you to punch in so you can see your focus. And not only do you have focus peaking, but if you're in manual focus mode like I am now, all I need to do is press the back button in. You'll hear it hopefully. And I can change my focus. You can see going in and out of focus, and I can look at focus peaking, but I also have a larger image to look at for focusing, and then you can punch back out. So all during recording you can do that, which makes it easy, very easy to manual focus. So this is IBIS only. I'm outdoors 1/60th on the shutter, 24p 4K. And just to give you an idea on plane of focus at f5.6, get into a little better light here. So here it's fully, my arm's fully extended, and I'll slowly work my way in just to give you an idea. And at f8 you'd have even greater, as the hawks go crazy, greater depth of field. But this just gives you an idea on how good the depth of field is at f5.6. Even at f2, I'll show you some footage inside f2 so you can get an idea on what the bokeh looks like at f2, because at f5.6 might not be too blown out. But what I'm going to do now is turn electronic stabilization on to pay attention to the difference in the framing. It's going to crop a little bit, but we'll see if that makes any difference. And again, just one more walk, fairly quick walk here. This is just IBIS, and again, usually with wide angle lenses, with IBIS you get some crazy stuff going on in the corners, so pay attention to the corners. And now I'm going to show you same settings, except I'm going to turn on digital image stabilization. Okay, so now we've got digital stabilization on as well as IBIS. The framing should be tighter, but even at 12mm, which is an 18mm equivalent, it still should show you plenty of my environment. You can see the beauty around me. So again, this is f5.6, IBIS and digital stabilization. Digital stabilization is new on the Fuji. I'll switch up here. And again, if I think I'm out of focus, all I need to do is just push in on that back button. And not only do I see the focus peaking, but I can see the larger image of myself to get the focus right. And then I can just punch back out. So again, here we are fully extended, coming in slowly at f5.6. You can see that the depth of field, it's a wide angle lens. The depth of field is pretty good on this. And again, at f8, it'd be even better to be a little bit less at f2. But here we go one more time in a little better light. All right, I'm going to show you some indoor footage so you can see how it looks, how the bokeh looks. I'll show you some footage from inside of my house, and you can see at f2 how the bokeh looks. Let's have a look at that. Okay, here we are at f2. You can check out the background. See how the bokeh looks. And the plane of focus, so this is up close, and then this is in focus. So the depth of field will be less, obviously, at f2. And if I'm worried about that, again, I can just punch in, check out the focus peaking, everything looks good, punch back out. But this is what you get for bokeh. So you can see, not in this view, but the background behind me gets pretty blurry, I think, f2 again, and let in a lot of light as the sun goes away. All right, auto ISO. And we're at ISO 1250 right now, but this is just IBIS inside. And again, you can see the bokeh in the background. I think it's pretty decent. And obviously you can bump that up if you don't want it to be quite as blurry, but that is your indoor bokeh test of this Rokinon 12mm prime lens on the Fuji X-T4 with IBIS only. So that was the indoor footage. This is again the Samyang Rokinon 12mm f2 lens as the wind starts to pick up a little bit here. Showed you differences with IBIS and electronic stabilization. Also showed you some indoor footage to get an idea on what the bokeh will look like. I think this might be a pretty darn good vlogging combo. It's a between $200 and $300 lens depending on when you pick it up. The only caveat is it's manual focus, but again, I showed you how easy it is to focus with this Fuji system. Punch in, and you can punch in live when you're recording video. Everything I think is going to be good. This is definitely something that I'm going to use in the field. Get that ND filter ordered. Hope you enjoyed this quick little informational video for those of you with an X-T4 and might be thinking about looking for a good vlogging lens. I've done some other videos of lenses that I have that are Fuji lenses that are full autofocus. This is manual focus lens, gives you a great field of view. It's a great value, and if you don't mind manually focusing, this might just be a very good option for vlogging. I will talk at you again in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.